Your voice, your gift, your power.
Hi, I'm Hanlé Barnard from The Voice Expert, and we chat to people about the things they've gone through in their lives, and it really takes guts to keep your authentic voice. And so I really appreciate Michelle Marais being here today, who gets real and honest about her life. So Michelle, bye welkom. Thank you very much. So just to get real, and I must say, I'm very proud of you for being here because it's incredible. We all have issues and problems in our lives, and I think it's hard for people to admit, you know what, this is what I've done, this is me, so what, I overcome it, and this is how I am today. So, you were, or still, you are an alcoholic.
Yes.
So, you haven't drunk in how long?
6 years, 5 months.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
So, what happened? Did you wake up one morning? Did you go, this is it?
Yeah, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder in 2012.
Right.
Yes, 2012. Met my husband in 2013, very early in 2013, and then we got married. But before we got married, I was drinking a lot.
When you say a lot, like, is it a glass of wine a day?
No, that was when I woke up in the morning, I had my first brandy and coke, or my first glass of wine.
What time is this now?
That was around about 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock
Yes.
brandy and coke.
Round about 9 o'clock in the morning, I had my first brandy and coke, especially over weekends, obviously. During the week when I worked, obviously much later, only in the afternoons.
Yeah.
And then my husband realized that I wasn't drinking my bipolar medication.
Okay.
And he started giving it to me in the mornings and in the evenings before I went to sleep. And then I started feeling very funny drinking my tablets and drinking
alcohol.
Yes. And then on the 16th of March, they had his bachelor's party. But Michelle decided this is party day and I'm having a party with them. And I got so drunk that I actually missed my bachelorette that night for passing out.
Oh my God.
And the next morning when I woke up on the 17th of March 2013, I said, that's it. I've lost my kids.
Yeah.
I've
lost your
lost
kids?
my kids, yes. My sister and my mom and the social worker decided to take away my youngest. My eldest was living with my mom at that stage, but they took basically both my kids to give me a chance to find myself and to get help.
But you're obviously a very strong person. You've obviously found your inner strength, and I mean, you've got such a magnificent smile. What did the situation teach you, first of all? How did you use your inner strength to bring out your authentic voice in the world?
I just realized that alcohol is not a walking stick.
It's not a walk in the park.
Yeah. But it's also not a walking stick.
Yeah.
You don't have to use alcohol as a crutch.
A crutch.
Yeah, a crutch. I lost too much, and I realized that the people that matters to me the most, and myself, my own self, was much more important than alcohol.
That's beautiful.
And I had to make a decision, and a self-conscious decision. Nobody forced me to go for help. Nobody forced me to make the decision. I made it by myself. Self-conscious decision. I have to either drink and be a drunk mother and a distant mother, or be a sober mother and be there for my kids and be there for my husband.
But that takes inner strength, because if you have an addiction, it's really, really, truly hard to overcome it.
It is.
So you still get drawn to when people drink around you. Do you ever crave it?
Yes, I do.
What do you do?
You know what? In the beginning, I only drank Coke just to feel that I'm part of it.
Right.
But lately, for the first 3 years, it was bad. It was terrible.
I'm sure.
Yeah, and what's not helping is my husband drinking, and all my friends drink. So that didn't help. So in the beginning, it was difficult. But then we started going to places where I could actually walk in and say to the people, look, I want coffee. If they can't give me coffee, give me orange juice. If they can't give me that, then I go home.
Fantastic.
And there's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't think about alcohol. I mean, there's alcohol in my house. There's
alcohol in your house.
Yeah, my husband drinks. So, well, he is drinking. So there is always alcohol around me, and I just have to say to myself, look, every day is going to get easier, and it does.
Yeah, every day will
Yeah.
get easier.
No, it is.
But I just think it's incredible that you've overcome this. What gift do you have that you were given that helped you through this?
My God.
Your God.
Yes. If it wasn't for God, and obviously prayers from my mother.
Right.
My mother, I always say that all the grey hair on her head is because of me. Because I wasn't an easy child, I wasn't an easy adult. She prayed, everybody prayed, but my God pulled me through this, and he's carrying me through everything.
Love as well. You
Yes.
look like you just have so much love in you.
Yes, I do. I actually do.
Do you have any advice for someone that is in a similar situation and struggling, making you like, she's through the shower. Anyone who is in a similar, not even, I don't think it's about alcohol, it's about anything in your life that becomes your crutch. It can be anything that is
Yes.
abusive to you or that is bad for you. Do you have any advice for, I mean, we all have
Yeah.
something like that in our lives.
You know what? The only advice that I've got is believe in yourself.
Right.
Believe in your God, believe in yourself.
Yes.
You cannot overcome anything unless you've got people that support you,
Yeah.
family that supports you, your God, first of all. If God is not with you, then you will not overcome it.
Can't do it all by
But,
yourself.
yeah, you can't do it all by yourself, and if you want help, go for it. There's a lot of help there.
Yeah.
I was lucky. I've got my family, I've got my husband,
Right.
I've got my kids.
And some people don't.
Some people don't have that. I had that. I've got my family, which supports me, and if I feel that it's a difficult day, then I know I can go to my mother. I can go
You
to
can go to
there
find the
is-
people that
I've got a
support you.
big support system. But if you feel you don't have it, there's a lot of people there. Come to me, phone me.
So, Michelle, just a last question I have for you. Do you think that this situation that you've been in, this struggling and this mountain, has actually made you, is it actually been good for you in a spiritual way? Has it brought out your inner strength, your inner voice in a more powerful way than it would have if you weren't an alcoholic?
Yes, definitely. When I was drunk, I was this jovial person.
Right.
Okay, but being sober, I couldn't make any friends. I wouldn't actually mingle with anybody. So if I sorry,
Coffee.
sorry.
Having coffee. I mean, I must say I'm very proud of you to speak and being so honest. It's definitely taught you to be honest.
Yes.
If anything.
Yes. I wasn't a very honest person. I lied and I cheated and I did whatever I could to get alcohol. And now I'm probably the most honest person that I know.
You look like
Yeah,
it.
no. I say a thing as it is. I don't hide who I am. It doesn't help to hide.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It doesn't help to say I was an alcoholic, because you will always be an
Well,
alcoholic.
that's bad.
You're just in recovering. Every day you're in recovery. So yes, it made me an honest person. It made me a stronger person. I can mingle with people without being silly and drunk, and I can actually notice who I'm talking to.
Right.
In the past, I would talk to anybody, and then 2 days later, this person would greet me and say, "Hello, Michelle," and I would, "Okay, do I know you?"
Do I know you?
Yes,
Who are
I
you?
remember that night we danced on the
Yes,
tables.
I
Yeah.
do.
Oh, really? No. It made me. The only other thing that where it changed me a lot. I don't go out a lot anymore.
Okay.
If I do go out, I go out with my husband, but that's basically once a month.
But you have to make certain
Yes.
restrictions.
I have to make those restrictions, and I rather spend time at home. I love my house, and I love my computer, and I love my TV. So,
Well, that's great.
So I rather do that.
Rather do that
Yes.
than lose everything.
Yes.
Just last question, because you're so interesting. Just what gift of yours didn't you know you had, that you realized you had after this big adversary or this big obstacle?
That I'm a fantastic mother. That I'm a fantastic mother. My kids adore me, and I adore them. And I used to be a very distant mother. This is bad to say, but I used to go to the pub with my baby girl. Well, she was 3 years old
Right.
then. putting her in the car, making her bed, parking the car right in front of the pub, and I would sit there till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
You're not the only one.
No, I'm not.
You're not the
There's a
only one.
lot of people that's doing that, but you know what? I did so much damage to my child, and I did so much damage to my oldest daughter, who's now 19, because she never had a mother being there for her.
So they must appreciate you being around.
Oh,
now.
they do, and I appreciate.
So you said your child slept in the car while you would
Yes.
sit at a pub
In a
and
pub.
drink, and you're not the only one.
No,
No,
I'm not, but don't do that.
Just don't do it.
Yeah, don't do that because you're hurting your child. I didn't realize then how much I hurt my child and how much damage I did to her.
Did you forgive yourself? Did you have that
Yes.
capability? And I think that's very
Yes,
important
yes.
as well.
I only forgave myself about a year ago.
But you're such a fantastic person, and you've realized all these
Yeah.
strengths through it that you are actually a good mother.
Yes, it took me a long time. My youngest daughter's got a lot of difficulties, and that made me realize eventually that I am a good mother. Helping her through that. The family, every day my mother sees me and she tells me, you know what, I'm so proud of you.
Beautiful.
Where my mother for weeks on end wouldn't speak to me.
Right.
Because she just got to the point where she decided
I'm now.
tough love.
Yeah, tough love.
Yeah, tough love. I rather don't know you than crying my
Exactly.
arse out every time I see you.
Right.
And like I said, I'm not the only person that does that.
No, you're not.
But for the people out there that actually does that, don't do it. You're hurting your child, you're hurting your children, and you're hurting yourself.
Thank you very much to fantastic Michelle here, Marais, who's been honest with us today, telling stuff as they are and finding her authentic voice despite obstacles. I'm Hanlé Barnard, and you're with the Voice Expert. Thanks, Michelle.